So far we studied about Ampere circuit law. So what so far we discussed about Ampere circuit law. Here we'll go for it. So Ampere circuit law, I told already. The circulation of H will be equal to the current. The circulation of H means what we can call as a magnetic field intensity. So that will be equal to the amount of current. So we can say the line integral closed loop line H dot dl equal to I enclosed in the path. This for Ampere circuit law. This is symmetrical distributions. So now we'll go to the application of the Ampere circuit law. So the main motto we are to find out the magnetic field intensity with the help of the infinite line current, infinite sheet of current, and infinitely long coaxial transmission lines. So this should be symmetrical orientation. So we can call this symmetrically current distributions. So maybe the magnetic field intensity may be either parallel or perpendicular to dl. Okay, differential line elements, parallel or perpendicular to the dl. So that's the main motto we are going to go for the Ampere circuit law. If you go that Ampere circuit law, it's similar to the electrostatic field. It will be Gauss law will be there. The Gauss law and the Ampere circuit law symmetrically, both are symmetrically current distributions. We can find out the magnetic field intensity H with the help of the Ampere circuit laws. Now I am going to this. You look at the diagram over there. This is for infinite line current. This is called infinite sheet currents. So with the help of this infinite line current, we have to find out the magnetic field intensity in the ambient path, circulation path. Here this is called circulation path. This is a line conductor, current is moving there. Here infinite sheet current, I am going to take on infinite sheet over there. Current is moving. We kept it on ambient path. We have to find out the magnetic field intensity H. So now we are going to find out the magnetic field intensity for the infinite line current. Now we'll go to the infinite line current. First I am going to take assign the axis coordinate systems. So this is called X, this is called Y, this is called Z. I am going to keep it, this is called, this is one, I am going to keep it, this is one rectangle, we can call this a one line conductor. So the current is moving, the current is moving is a direction. So we have to find out the magnetic field intensity at point P. This is a position point. So we are going to make the one ambient path. This is called Gaussian surface, closed surface. This is called one ambient path. This is we can call this a one ambient path. This is called ambient path. Ambient path. We can call this a Gaussian surface or closed surface. Here we are going to assign the what is the distance is called rho. We can call this a rho, radial distance. The angle we can call this a pi. This is called azimuthal angle. This belonging to cylindrical coordinate systems. This belonging to cylindrical coordinate systems. This is called as a position point. This is called ambient path. This we can call this H. We can call this H. We can call this a H. This is a magnetic intensity. This is will be inward magnetic intensity. Last lecture I delivered about the magnetic intensity by using that Biot-Savart class. This is notation called as a inward current magnetic field intensity. This is called outward. This is called, we can call this a dot mean, we can call this outward. Now I am going to take one element, small elements, a differential length dl. Now we have to find out the magnetic field intensity. You have to find out. You have to find out the magnetic field intensity H. To find it with the help of the Ampere circuit laws. With the help of the Ampere circuit law. So again telling here, this is called infinite line current. I am going to take in one infinite line, one filamentary conductor. I am going to take an infinite filamentary conductor. I taken. Previous lecture I thought about the Biot-Savart law. In the Biot-Savart law, we discussed about the filamentary conductor. In the term semi filamentary conductor and the infinite filamentary conductor, we derived the magnetic field intensity H with the help of the Biot-Savart laws. Here that is will be any current distribution. For symmetrical current distribution, here also we are going to find out to determine the magnetic field intensity H with the help of the Ampere circuit laws. What is the Ampere circuit law? I already told. The circulation of H will be equal to the I enclosed, which means the magnetic field intensity revolving around the infinite field conductor will be equal to the amount of current enclosed by the path. Amount of current enclosed by path we can call as a Ampere circuit law. So we can call as a Ampere and path. This amount of magnetic field, the amount of magnetic field intensity will be equal to the amount of current passing through this path. This amount of current passing through this path will be equal to the amount of magnetic field intensity. So the amount of magnetic field intensity around this Ampere and path will be equal to the current enclosed. So we have to find out the H with help of the Ampere circuit laws. So this is a graphical representation. Now we have to find out, first thing we can to determine H with the help of Ampere and path. With the help of Ampere and path. So what is it here? What is the here Ampere circuit law state that Ampere circuit law, the closed loop H dot dl equal to I enclosed. Closed loop integral H dot dl equal to I enclosed. So this will be come to the cylindrical coordinate systems. This will be come to the cylindrical coordinate system. Now for cylindrical coordinate system, so what is in H vector? So what is the cylindrical coordinate system? There is a three variable will be there. What are the variable? Rho, pi, z. So rho is the radial distance. So the rho variable 0 to infinity. The first unit we studied basic fundamental of the coordinate system. Rho value we can call this here. Rho value equal 0 to infinity. Pi is the azimuthal angle. Okay, it starts from x-axis. It will fall on the xy plane. So we can call this here. That's we can 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Z value we can take cylinder height. We can height of the cylinder minus infinity to infinity. We can call this a minus infinity to plus infinity. This is called variables for the cylindrical coordinate systems. Now we have to find out what is H. So rho, pi, z. So there is a magnitude along with unit vector. H rho A rho vector, H pi A pi vector, Hz Az vector. This is called as a H, magnetic field intensity magnitude along with unit vector in x and y z direction. Here rho comma pi comma z. Now this is called H. This is called H. What is a DL? DL difference. This is called DL area. Okay. This is a differential length of the conductor. Differential line conductor, length of the conductor. So we can write DL A rho vector rho d pi into A pi vector dz into Az vectors. These were DL vectors. Here what happened now? Here rho and here we can call as a rho component, z component, rho component. Here both are constants. Here what happened now? Look at the diagram. Z mean height will be constant, rho also constant. Only pi is a variables. Here rho and we can call rho and z are constant. Therefore d rho and dz equal to 0. D rho and dz equal to 0. So what happened now? Finally this term will be eliminated. So finally we got H dot dl vector. We can write H by A pi dot, this term only available, we can take, and the rho into d pi into A pi vector. So this what will we get it. This is for H dot dl. Now substitute over there. So closed loop integral, we can H pi into A pi into rho into d pi into A pi, we can call this I enclose I. Here I told this will be pi is a variable. The variable of this one from 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. So what are the component? We'll take here rho, here H pi. We'll take outside rho H pi. So A pi into A pi 1. This dot product will be 1. So remaining d pi is there. D pi equal to I. So take integration, pi will come. So 0 to 2 pi. So you'll get the 2 pi. So rho into H pi 2 pi into I. So finally we get H pi equal to I by 2 pi rho. This is called magnitude. This is called magnitude. So the magnetic intensity in the pi variable, we got the I by 2 by rho. This is called scalar values. In terms of vector, H vector equal to I by 2 pi rho into A pi. Now we'll go to what we'll get? H pi equal to. So finally we got rho H by 2 pi into I. Now H by is equal to I by 2 by rho. It's in terms of magnitude. In vector form, we'll get in vector form H vector equal to H is magnetic intensity I by 2 by rho into A pi vectors. So we got the magnetic intensity at point P. So previously I told, so we can, this is one filamentary conductor, infinite line conductor, the current is flowing here. So we have to measure the H magnetic intensity at point P. So we can make the ambient path. This is a Gaussian surface or ambient path. Here we can call it ambient path. The amount of magnetical intensity enclosed by path will be equal to the amount of current enclosed in the lines. So there will be H circulation will be equal to the amount of current. H circulation will be equal to the amount of current. So finally we got the distance is rho. So this is called azimuthal angle pi. So finally we got the magnetic intensity H for infinite line current. So this you can refer the Biot-Savart law. So Biot-Savart law also infinite line current. If you refer the Biot-Savart laws, so I given Biot-Savart law also. So what is the equation of Biot-Savart laws? H is equal to I by 4 by rho cos alpha 2 minus cos alpha 1 into A pi vector. So alpha 1 is equal to 190 degree and alpha 2 is equal to 0 degree. So H vector is equal to I by 2 by rho into A pi vector. If you refer the previous lecture, the Biot-Savart law, infinite line filamentary conductor. So this will be got. Same thing you got the Ampere circuit law also. You get the Ampere circuit also will be get the same magnetic field intensity H. This is for Biot-Savart law. This is for Ampere circuit laws. So finally you got the magnetic field intensity H at point P with the help of the Ampere circuit laws. So the infinite line current is over. Okay. The infinite line current is over. Very simple. How to take the infinite line current? Simply you take one filamentary conductor. Become the filamentary conductor is a directions. Okay. So we can make the, because according to right hand thumb rule. Okay. According to right hand thumb rule. So we can take these ones. Okay. So right hand thumb rule. The current is moving this side. The magnetic intensity revolving around the conductor, the magnetic intensity revolving around this conductor, these directions, which means these directions. So we have to find out the magnetic intensity at point P, this point. So we have to use some radial distance rho. So this, what the amount of magnetic intensity will be equal to the amount of current enclosed by the path. This is called as a Ampere circuit law. So wherever the current will be there, the equal amount of magnetic field intensity will be there. Okay. So in the closed path, the amount of magnetic intensity will be equal to the amount of current. Simply we can say the circulation of H will be equal to the I in the closed path. In the closed path, the amount of H. Okay, because this the amount of H, the line integral will be equal to amount of currents. This is called Ampere circuit laws. Okay, the infinite line current, the topic over. Now we will move on to the infinite sheet current. We will move on to the infinite sheet current. The same manner like a infinite line current, we have to find out the magnetic field intensity H. Infinite sheet current. So with the help of the infinite sheet current, this is called infinite sheet. This is called infinite sheet. So we can, this is called infinite sheet. The infinite sheet, the current is moving these directions. The infinite sheet, the current is moving in these directions. The previous lecture I thought about line, surface and volume. Line current, surface current, volume current. So we can line current mean ideal line current density, surface current density, and the volume current density. This thing studied in first unit electrostatic field. The coordinate system is studied. Line current density, if you just say conductor, line current density, surface current density and the volume current densities J, K, I. So I am going to take one infinite sheet. So the current is moving this side. So we can call this here, people call this here the right hand thumb rule, we can keep it, thumb will be like this. We can say this is our thumb. So current is moving this side. Current is moving this side. So we can call the magnetic intensity like this. H will be like this. Okay, H will be like this. So we can keep our thumb. We can keep our thumb like this. So simply we can take our thumb. This side will be current is moving. This side will be this finger. We can call this a magnetic intensity revolving around the conductor like this will be there. We can go for thumb rule. We can apply the thumb rule. The current is moving this side. Magnetic intensity like this. So like this. So this current is moving this side mean this is called current. Current. I is a current. So current is moving this side. Y directions. So we can call this we are using surface. This is not volume. This is not line. So we are using surface. So K. Here K is here current surface density. Y direction. Okay, because the current is moving Y direction, because this is Y directions into AY. KY into AY. KY into AY. Again telling we are going to take one infinite sheet. We are going to take one infinite sheet. The infinite sheet we are going to allow the current in Y directions. Allow the current in Y directions. Okay. Here surface current density K. K is surface current density K. Along Y direction. This is a magnitude along with the vector KY into AY. This is a unit vectors. This is called unit vector AY directions. Now the infinite sheet we are going to make it on ambient path. This infinite sheet we are going to keep it in XY plane. Okay, XY plane, not Z. Here Z equal to 0. This plane in the Z equal to 0. Here Z is equal to 0. Just imagine this is called XY plane. Okay, this is called XY plane. This is called Z planes. This is called X. This is called Y. So we have kept our sheet in flat. Just you can imagine. You can kept our sheet in flat. Z will be height. Z is height. You can imagine this sheet will be flatted in XY plane. XY planes. We are kept in XY planes. We are kept in XY planes. So we are not Z equal to 0. Okay. Z is equal to 0 plane. We are not, okay, we have kept our sheet in XY planes. We are going to make it on ambient path. We are going to make it on ambient path. So the ambient path, this will be perpendicular to the line. Okay. This perpendicular to this ambient path will be kept in vertically. Will kept in vertically. So this current is moving this side. The current is moving through this ambient path. The current is moving through this ambient path. The current is moving through this ambient path.